Something like that. Something like that, or need to get the settings right, you know what I mean? I should have really done this before I went live. A little bit unprofessional. Whoop. Let's go for that. We have our coffee. It's not Pearl Coffee, but it could be Pearl Coffee soon. At Rind in Wokenham. Shout out Rind. Buttoned up. From average to high tier. Episode number 2 of the Real Talks. I think this will become the Real Talk series. I've been starting this, or planning to start this, for a little while now. I will have guests as time goes on. I will have live guests and also people joining me on this, on like Zoom or wherever we may be, whatever platform we may be. This is a life-based podcast, progression-based, reality-based, but we also have different topics that we'll talk through, whether they be physical, mental, spiritual, physiology, different ideologies, different theories, scientific, esoteric, energy-based, everything, astrology, all sorts. We'll try and link as much as possible. One of my goals, or one of my actions, one of my skill sets is to not use too many quotes, not use too many different, or like other people's material. I like to try and keep it original as possible and almost have it off the dome, like freestyles, thoughts coming out. I don't like having scripts. I like having notes. I've got some notes, literally like minimal notes. But I don't like to base things off of a very set idea or very set theory. It's good to use them as tools to explain things and reference things, relate things. But I don't like to put too much weight onto ideas. Keep it simple, keep it flowy, keep it natural. See, normally I don't have sugar in my coffee, but this is quite bitter. So brown sugar, grab that in there. We need some Pearl Coffee in here. Shout out Pearl Coffee, our sponsor at the moment, COA sponsor. They will be distributing worldwide soon. It's all across the UK at the moment. Pearl Coffee will blow. Best coffee I've had, apart from in Vietnam. Vietnam actually is the top, but Pearl Coffee will take over. Okay, we're about 5 minutes. The first 5 minutes of these lives normally is just like a catch up, just general talk, general speak. Shout out to some sponsors and allow people to come in as well. As I don't do these that often, or I haven't been doing these as often, I don't actually expect anyone to join this live, but I am happy to host if they do. Let's make sure we can see the comments if anyone comes in. Put the chat on live. There we go. Right, we're 5 minutes in. Let's get down to the topic. From average to high tier. So, little backstory. growing up, I've always been steady average, maybe just above average in certain things. I wasn't the smartest, I wasn't the strongest, I wasn't the fastest, but I was there. I was there. I'd say, yeah, just above average, or in that average tier. And it led me to a mindset of almost not trying, almost just coasting through life. Because I felt like my abilities would allow me to get to the goal that I wanted to achieve without much effort. Bad mindset to get into. I did achieve things. I did pass exams. I did a lot of things. But I could have done a lot more. I could have done a lot more. And I think I held myself back. There was definitely external obstacles, but I did not react to them in the best ways, in the most efficient of ways. I would get angry at things, I would get frustrated, and I would almost turn the situation into a like, why is it happening to me kind of situation, or why is everyone against me kind of thing. I would overthink things and put more attention and more energy and more weight into things that were giving me obstacles, and I would turn it into an issue. I would fight back, I would resist. A lot of my childhood and growing up was resistance. I would resist to a lot of things. Resistance is good, but it's a powerful tool if we can use it. If something's coming to you and you resist it, ask yourself why. Why are you resisting it? Is this because you shouldn't be there and you should just leave the whole situation altogether? Which was difficult in school because I couldn't just sort of walk out the classroom. I could have done, I did, but it was deemed bad or deemed, not good. There was a punishment to just almost giving up, walking out. Does this resistance show a difficulty in your skill set? Is this resistance showing you that you have a weakness that needs to be attended to? And that doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. Weakness isn't a bad thing. Continuing to be weak, choosing to be weak is a bad thing, but weakness itself is not a bad thing. It's a tool if we use it. Weakness shows us where we can improve, where we struggle, and the lacking in tools that we might possess. Resistance. There was a lot of resistance growing up. Resistance shows you a more difficult path, for sure. And it's our choice and our responsibility to choose whether we fight through the resistance, we improve and make the obstacle less resistant, or have less resistance. Do we choose to get away from the situation, choose a different resistance, a different catalyst to improve yourself? What do you choose? Recently it's become more and more apparent that etymology means so much. And for people that don't know what etymology means itself, so etymology is the study of words and the meaning of words. So what are you telling yourself? What are you manifesting? What are you putting into the universe? What energy are you emitting? Certain words can be powerful. All words are powerful, but certain words can be very influential and almost bring about a meaning that is not actually real or not present, not complementary to the present moment. I've been looking a lot of experience versus evidence, and words have a big factor in this section. Evidence versus experience. One of the biggest quotes I've been living by presently is have actions, not goals. Now I know I've just started like 3 different thought trains in the past 2 minutes, but they all link, and I need to get them all out on the table before I can progress and move on with these ideas and these theories. Have actions, not goals. Evidence over experience. Etymology. The other word I've got on my notes is habits. They're the only things I have written down. Have actions, not goals. Evidence over experience. Habits. Etymology. So, have actions, not goals. I spoke briefly about this in my live this morning on Diamond Dorms. Follow Diamond Dorms if you're not already on Instagram. That's where I do a lot of things. It's where I speak a lot about these kind of topics. And it's just where I'm most sort of active in the raw sense. So if you want to see raw material, go over to Diamond Dorms. If you want to grow with me, Diamond Dorms. If you want a safe space, Diamond Dorms. So have actions, not goals. Goals are good. They're a good guideline. It's good to have vision. It's good to have aim. It's good to have a target. But I feel like goals seem like separate from oneself. If you say, I have a goal to do this, it's something that's out of your forte at the moment. It's something that you are not possessing. The goal is something external. Have actions, not goals. So I'm no longer setting any goals. I don't have any more goals. I have actions. There are not goals I want to achieve, there are actions I want to achieve. And this comes back to the evidence over experience. You can have X amount of experience, you can have 20 years of experience, but if you don't have evidence of that time, of the progress, of the achievement in that experience pretty much means nothing. If you say you've got 20 years experience sailing boats, great. But if you can't show the evidence of, I've been on this boat, I've been on that boat, I've been working with this team, with that team, I've fished this fish, I've done crabs, I've done this, I've done that. The experience is not enough on its own. You need the evidence. You need the action. Don't set goals, set actions. Have an action list. You can have as much experience as you want, but if you haven't got the evidence, there's not much backing it up. So, Have actions, not goals. Action. Action is one of the most powerful things. I don't know what word to use. It's one of the most powerful things in this reality. Action is probably one of the most powerful tools of reality. With each act and with every action that we take, we add energy to the universe, and we both dance to the music that's already been played, but also pluck a new string to add to the music. I'll let that sink in. Rewind that if you want. I'll just say it again. Doing an action, having an act. Your action will either be you dancing to the music of reality, or it will be you plucking a string to add a new note or a new sound to the music that's already been playing. Actions are powerful. Have actions, not goals. Goals are too far away. Goals are in the future. Goals are separate from now. Actions is where we truly manifest. Have actions, not goals. Through actions we achieve. Through actions we gain evidence. Through goals we gain experience. Experience leads to goals. Experience is just an accumulation of present moments. Goals are the results of the accumulation of present moments, which is good. It's a good place to start. But actions create evidence, and I can commit an act. I can have an act which will give me evidence today. Me being on this podcast, me being live right now is an action. It's evidence of growth. It's evidence of progress. It's not just experience, it's evidence. I'm not setting goals, I'm setting actions. I'm here, different setting, buttoned up, got my coffee there. It's powerful. Etymology, the word action, act, ion, A-C-T-I-O-N, act, ion. Ion is energy. Ion is a thing, is a particle, is a thing that does things. It's a point of energy. It's a manifestation of energy. Act ion, act energy. We are energy, and the actions we commit allows the ions to move and manifest in certain ways. Oh, there's the guy. There's the guy. Yeah, come through, man. This is the man. Shout out Ryan. Oh, you ain't got a thing. No. Do you need any printing done? Shout out Sumo Sam's. Shout out Sumo Sam's. They're the ones. Yeah, do it, man. There we go. He's gonna rep the brand. But that was pretty in flow there. Finished the main points. Act with energy. Put the energy into the universe. Trust. No. That's another thing. Trusting the experience over knowing the evidence. Experience is good. It's like saying martial arts, like sports, boxing per se. If you've got loads of experience training, yeah, cool. You've got loads of experience training. But where's your evidence? Have you won fights? Have you lost fights? Where's the actual act? How many times have you acted upon the experience to gain the evidence that you need? It's a lot to go over. So going from average to high tier is a mindset change. There's no cheat codes, there's no fancy this, fancy that, there's no weird rituals you have to go through, there's nothing strange. It might seem strange at first because the mindset might be foreign to you. It might not be what you're used to, and it might not be what you're conditioned to believe, comprehend. That's the thing with evidence, experience, evidence. If I say a word, the evidence of that word is dictated by your experience. That's why evidence is key. Experience can change a lot of things. Coffee, it could be literally anything. A pen. Your experiences of a pen could be bad, good, progressive, destructive. That is the evidence that you apply to that experience or that act. Pen might bring up good memories, bad memories, progressive, destructive. And the evidence is what you act after living with or experiencing that experience. Evidence is key. That actually shows us what we are living, what we are breathing, what we are learning, what we are living. Evidence. I am here right now. I started this podcast. Been on here 20 minutes. Been talking about all sorts. But it's all a mindset. It doesn't take much, but it does take a lot. They say your life doesn't improve in one night. It does, but it just takes a while to get there. You could be improving, like really putting yourself into the act to create this evidence. It might not manifest straight away, like going to the gym. If you go to the gym for 2 weeks, you're not going to see too much difference. You go to the gym for 2 years, you've now gained evidence. That's another thing. You could have 2 years experience in the gym. But if you get to the end of that 2 years and you haven't progressed or haven't, learned a lot, yes, you've got a lot of experience, but where's your evidence? Evidence over experience. It's so much more valuable, so much more important, and it's so much more clear for us to understand and for other people to understand where we are. If I say I've got 5 years experience being a personal trainer, great, cool, that sounds good. But if I say in that time I've had 2 clients and then they're not fit anymore, they got fit or maybe they didn't, the evidence is not that good. The experience is good, I've got 5 years experience, but the evidence is not. Evidence is key, the action is key. There's a lot to go through. As I said, it's a mindset change. I've really tried to simplify a lot of things in my life recently, just to allow this mindset to cement itself a bit easier. If you have too much on your plate, you might not know where to start. If you've got too many options, you might not know what to choose. If you've got just too much going on, too much busyness in your life, you've got work, you've got family, relationships, you've got skills, hobbies, music, whatever it is, all of these things, it's It's gonna stretch you out. It's gonna stretch you out. I found that if we simplify things, we focus on like one or two things, even if it's just one thing. Choose one thing in your life right now and act with integrity and diligence to attain those goals. Choose one thing, two things. Start simple, understand those things, adapt those things, progress those things, and then move on. Grow. Don't give yourself everything to do at once. Bit by bit. Bit by bit. If you're building a house, you can't build the roof at the same time as building the floor. There's a process. You start at the floor, or you start at the foundations. You start at the foundations. Work on that. Make sure that's the best it can be. Gain evidence. Show the evidence. Evidence is it's strong. It's very strong. Now we can build upon that, move forward, and just keep going. Keep going. Comprehend that. Build upon that. Comprehend that. Build upon that. You're not going to learn everything. You're not going to gain all the evidence in one day, but if you gain a bit of evidence that has come through action, oof, powerful, powerful. Where else do we go? Where else do we go? I'm gonna have some food soon, for sure. I need some food. It took me an hour to get here on a bike. I was sweating, dripping at the change. Thought I'd button up, you know. But we're gonna have some food soon. This has been episode 2 of the Real Talks. From average to high tier. Evidence over experience. Have actions, not goals. I'm gonna cut this short soon because I feel like I've went over the main points and I don't want to keep you guys too long just going over the same points. I'll rewatch this at a later time and summarize things and see what we have in episode 3. It might be a very life-based talk. Today's been a very theory-based talk. There'll be different things going on. But yeah, feeling the hay fever. So apologies for all the sniffly nose and all that. But no, it's good. It's good living. It's good living. Right, I'm gonna finish my coffee, order some food, and get on with some other meetings. Some COA work. I need to do some publishing posts, things like that. Before I go though, that is probably the last big tool that I've used or utilised in the past couple of months, especially in the past week. Past week I've really excelled, and it's setting actions to gain evidence, is living the diamond dorm life, the diamond days. If you're not familiar, go on to Instagram, follow Diamond Dorms. There'll be a highlight video showing my current, well, I've adapted it a little bit in the past few days, but if you go on the Diamond Dorms Instagram, you'll be able to find pretty much the prototype for the Diamond Day. This is a tool that I use to structure my day. It allows me to be efficient, get things done that need to be done. I split my day up into 8 different phases. 2 of them phases is just sleep. Each phase is 3 hours. And each phase has different acts, different actions that I take, and brings me closer to certain actions that I need, that I progress, that I live, that I breathe, act. We are powerful. We are blessed. And do your best. Bring out the best, as we say. Be conscious of what you're putting out there. Be conscious of your energy. And be kind to yourself. Be honest, slow down, simplify, really look at your life. Take a step back from your own life and look at it as if you're looking at your own child. Treat yourself as your own child. Treat your life as your own child. Guide yourself. Guide yourself into the person that you know you are, and guide yourself to progress in the actions that will gain the evidence of you. Of you. Evidence shows other people who you are. Experience is good. We've all got experience. Life is one big experience. But if you don't have evidence, who are you? What are you doing? Evidence is key. And I feel like that is one of the key tools that we can use to go from average to high tier. It's the evidence of action. What actions are you taking? What actions do you live? What actions do you progress? And what evidence are you creating from those actions? Bless, guys. It's been a pleasure. I'll see you on the next one, for sure. Drop a comment if you watch this whole thing. I appreciate everyone. Appreciate everyone who's on this journey. And I know it's not for everyone. It will be, but it takes time. It takes time. Be honest, step back, be kind, and use your power. Use your power. Right. I think that's me. Yep. I need me some food. Shout out Ryan. Place to be on Saturdays. That's it.